Hello hockey fans, my name is David. Thought I would start this video at 12:35 in the morning of Tuesday 15th of October, or excuse me, 15th of November 2022 North American Eastern Time. Thought I would do is wrap things up with the original video a bit over 16 minutes. I thought I was getting excessively long, so therefore thought I would do is make a second video a little bit shorter to wrap things up in the way I wasn't sure I'd be able to via YouTube. So basically, the Leafs are since drafting off Matthews, have only faced one Canadian team, the Habs, in playoff action, and have otherwise played only one playoff series in Canada. That was against the Columbus Blue Jackets in the Scotiabank Arena bubble of August 2020. That series was one the Leafs would end up losing. After which time, MLSE, the ownership group of the Leafs, Raptors, and a few other Ontario sports teams, should have given Dubas and Shanahan. Just get this cord unwrapped a little bit here. Again, because by the end of the 2020 playoff series, at least ended up losing, Brendan Shanahan had been president of the Leafs for 6 full seasons. Dubas had been general manager for 2 of them. So that meant MLSE should have fired the 2 of them. Two seasons is long enough when the expectation was, Leafs were hyped up to be just a legitimate Stanley Cup contender, when in fact they were missing quite a few pieces to win a playoff series. That was on Dubas for having agreed to give per season cap hits to each of Austin Matthews, John Tavares, and Mitch Marner of $10.9 million or more. Pretty much torpedoed whatever much of what cap space had been remaining. So, also thought I would do is cover news of the injury to Jake Muzzin. So no word yet until February, but thought I would do is when it comes to bargain bin signings by Dubas, Nick Obi-Cabell didn't quite work out. Didn't even last a month into the regular season before the Leafs decided to put him on waivers and sign Keith Petruzzelli, previously on an American Hockey League contract via the Toronto Marlies, to an NHL contract, so that he's under contract to the Leafs. I'm not sure who's going to be the backup with the Penguins, for the game with the Penguins, with Matt Murray expected to return and make that start. Keith Petruzzelli has yet to play an NHL game. Eric Shalgren has played multiple games in a row, even on a back-to-back. Hasn't been great in terms of save percentage, but again, the team in front of him has been kind of a hit and miss too. What I would do is go through the Leafs cap situation as it currently stands. And alright, so what I'm going to do is, we're going to go to the Leafs have, just going to do it around here. So they have just going to just go here. Alright, I'm just going to try here. So that is a cap hit there. So let's go to their forward group. I do apologize for the lighting, but you have also the forward group, the defense, and the goaltending. And you have players on injured reserve. Just gonna close that there. And then we have the minors, not likely to at any point be called up. So as of now, oops. So just to recap, the Leafs, in terms of their defense, in terms of their forward group, excuse me a second here, just gonna go. So the forward group, we have a bunch of expiring contracts, those of Kerfoot, Engvall, Camp, Bunting, Simmons, Aston Reese, and Aston Reese expected to become unrestricted free agents after the season, unless re-signed. Basically, if it's July and next year and Leafs haven't signed any of them, all will get to walk away. Dennis Malgin and Pontus Holmberg, both of them, well, mostly as wingers, will become restricted free agents with arbitration rights. So that means Leafs can decide whether to extend either of them qualifying offer. So that will be, then we look at the defense, and we have Morgan Riley, Justin Hall, who have Riley having a no movement clause, and Justin Hall having a modified no trade clause. And so when it comes to Muzzin, who knows when he's going to be available, but Matt Murray still was on long-term injured reserve as of this Tuesday morning. So it's going to be interesting to find out what happens. It's not going to be easy. All we do know is that that have to see what happens. That's all we can do. Because as of now, the Leafs have a cap space of a bit over $5.135 million US. Matt Murray takes up, a bit under 4.7 million of it. So Leafs will be able to call up Matt Murray if he's available to play and activate him, but that'll leave them with very limited cap space after taking into account cap space made available through long-term injured reserve, on which, if Murray is called up, Muzzin will remain. But again, it's a very tight. Leafs are still very tight to the cap, and because of those those forwards, and so basically let's see what happens. It's going to be interesting times. I mean, the Leafs, when it comes to games the Leafs have to play, I'm just going to see what the schedule is here. Alright, I'm just going to see. Alright, just going to see. Alright, so we're going to go to. We're going to go to. Just going to go to. Just going to try to get this here. Oh, wait. Give me a moment here. Just going to. Alright, it's going to. Alright, just give me a moment here. Alright, just going to. Sort of technical difficulties. Thought I would do just pull this up quickly. It's going to see. Alas. So I'm going to do this just pull it up on a mobile device because it doesn't seem to be an issue here. All right, just gonna continue. All right, store that. Sorry, that's just just having the just trying to get this technical difficulties here. Just really trying to get things going. Oops. Oh, come on. Very sorry for technical difficulties. Sometimes you just have this happen. So I'm just going to try to turn it over. All right. So they have their schedule here. So we're going to see here. Leafs are only going to be facing American teams for the rest of the month, including including 5 games on the road. Those games will be a good test. Can the Leafs win more than one game in the contiguous United States? We shall see. It's going to be hard to know. It's difficult to know at this point, but the Leafs are going to have to. With 9 games left before November is over, that'll be, that those games will determine how far the Leafs end up, whether the Leafs can stay in the Eastern Conference playoff race. It'll be one thing if Leafs are within 4 points of a playoff spot by the end of the month, or are in one. But it'll be quite another if they're at least 10 points out. In which case, the season may be lost. Anyway, I'm going to say goodnight for now, and go Leafs go.